What's the most you lost one day? You looked and you're just like, dude.
A lot, dude, a lot.
You won't admit it?
Well, I don't want to say the number.
Why, dude?
But it's a shitload. Like in one day, I've lost a shitload. But even worse is over the course of like
would
in
you say?
2020.
Okay, is it more than 100,000?
Yes. Yeah, in one day, it's more than 100,000, and that's painful, dude.
Yes,
and then
bro.
And then in 2022, over the course of several months, it was just like a long fucking awful loss. And it's true in investing, you really learn. That's how you learn. When you're making money, you don't learn because you're like, oh, I'm a genius. This is easy. Everyone should do what I do. And you don't learn anything.
Warning. This podcast is for entertainment only and not intended for medical purposes.
Enter the Freud.
In your text, you said, life setbacks, divorces, breakups, and you said, or investment. And for some reason, what you're saying is reminding me in the investment thing. Because in the investment world, there's this saying, which speaks to what you're saying, is when you're doing investment, either you make money or you learn and mature. One or the other, but you kind of can't do both. Oh. And I've done investments, like early on I do investments and it goes really well. And then I make money and I'm like, oh, I'm so smart. This is so great. But then eventually, then you get a little bit cocky and arrogant and you fly fast and lose. And then you lose a ton of money and you're like, ah. But then you learn. You're like, oh, fuck, what did I do wrong? So it's just sort of like that ebb and flow of like, you kind of need to have hardship to learn and grow and mature, I
don't think that's a bad example at all. I think it's a fucking great example.
Well, yeah, I guess it's sort of, it's just weird in that I don't want to say it's that, it sounds kind of first world problem, Richie Rich, because it's like, oh, you have a bunch of money and you lose some money.
Well,
but
dude,
it is.
Are you willing to admit the most money you've ever lost? Not saying it's gone forever, but like what? That's amazing. It's almost like the same thing in the pursuit of love and happiness, right? Like, as long as you're going along and everyone adores you, you have the perfect chick. There's all these other ones that wish they were there too, and you're just ha, this is unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
And then, something happens, right? So for whatever reason, perhaps she moves to Florida. Or she runs away to Norway. This is becoming a theme in my life. I'm kidding. I love when patients say shit like that, right? They're like, dude, I got this constant scenario where chicks just like leave, they move far away, and you're like, really? That's a pattern for you? Yeah, man. Well, in grad school, my fiance moved to Norway, and then just like on Sunday, my girlfriend moved to Florida. You're like, that's 30 years in between, bro. Like, and it's happened to you twice. That's happened to you 2 times, 30 years in between, and that's a pattern. Imagine if that's how you invest. You looked at those. That was a pattern to you, and then you invested based on those patterns.
Right.
Dude, but it's so easy for people to say that about their personal life, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, yeah. That's clearly a pattern. I have a pattern of picking horrible relationships. I have a pattern of picking horrible stocks. And it's like, really? Which ones did you pick? Well, Tesla. It's like, oh, you have a pattern of it because you picked Tesla.
It makes me think that this thing I was saying about in investing, you either make money or you learn, maybe doesn't apply to dating, because in dating, people don't fucking learn. They if dating goes bad, they just get bitter and depressed and hopeless. Whereas investing, somehow, because it doesn't hit you in the heart, I was going to say hit you in the balls. It doesn't hit you in the heart. In investing, you can kind of get back up and you get back at it. But dating, dude, when dating goes, it's like, I have a pattern, I'm hopeless, I can't date. Because Because dating, like when you're on the apps, it is this highs and lows. You like get a few matches and it seems all promising, and then they all go bad, and then you're like, ah! And then you get a few more matches, and it's this highs and lows thing. But a lot of people just fall into a low and then never come out.
And then they just text people, oh, nice cut and paste response.
Because everyone gets so jaded, and then they just start bringing their fucking jaded attitude onto the dating app chats.
Right? It's like those people that must just randomly talk shit on Twitter or randomly say crazy things on social media, right?
Yeah.
Like those people are also on dating apps.
Yeah.
And so
Doing
then
the same stupid shit.
They're willing to literally say crazy shit, and then it's like, well, clearly they're not there to date. Then, like,
It's some interesting like the Jungian shadow thing. It's like everyone's Facebook profile and Instagram profile, they look so happy and their life is so good, and then everyone gets on Twitter or the comment sections or on dating apps and they're just fucking miserable, angry, jaded fucks.
dude, what is up with that? Straight up fact.